You know, Florida is one of the scariest states in all of America, ranking number 6 in the country for the most haunts. Ooh. There are some good stories. I always love hearing, and if you're newer to South Florida, you may not know some of these things. Maybe one of the more disturbing stories that we have in all of South Florida is the story of the Devil Tree that is in Port St. Lucie. Because this is a real story that, man, it is just chilling. Back on January 8th of 1971, a cop by the name of Gerard John Schaefer.
That's the scariest part. He was a police officer.
Right.
And we've all, been trained to trust the police officers. You don't think that's the boogeyman?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, make no mistake about it. He had quite a past.
Crazy.
Yeah, so these two teenagers are hitchhiking, and here comes Gerard John Schaefer, who shows him his badge, puts him in the back of his car, then eventually binds them, tortures them, and then hangs them from a tree right beside his house.
Oh, my gosh.
And he did some other gruesome things as well that makes this even more horrifying.
He had to call his supervisor one time because he kidnapped 2 hitchhikers, and I believe he let them go, and he knew that the water was going to get real hot, so he had to tell his boss, well, I was just trying to teach him a lesson about hitchhiking and all that, and he was being real creepy.
So the legend of the Devil Tree took its turn because they finally found the 2 girls. Colette Goodenough and Barbara Ann Wilcox, their headless skeletons were found buried beneath the tree.
Oh, my gosh.
Yet 2 ropes were left hanging from one of the branches by Schaefer just to remember this incident, because for him it was like a trophy.
He would always try to have them turn on each other, too, explaining why one should live over the other.
And he was going to kill them both anyway.
Yeah, that was
crazy, right?
Dang.
Yeah,
we think we located the tree a couple times.
Yeah, right. Remember when you went up there, and that was a crazy day. All kinds of weird things happened. And that's what they say, too. Now, Schaefer went on to kill about 34 people before getting caught.
34?
He claims it's 34. I'm not sure that they officially give him that count.
Now, in the year 2000, the area around the Devil Tree was turned into a park. And so
fun park.
It is quite, I gotta tell you, it's a bizarre setup. It's in a residential area that goes into the park. So it'd be kind of like walking by your house that goes all of a sudden into this wooded area. It's very bizarre.
Now, here's where the story takes on the legend status, because they say, of course, how gruesome it was. Devil worshippers and people like that started performing satanic rituals at the tree. And what had happened was, as they opened this park, they said, you know what, we probably ought to get rid of this tree. So the legend says 2 men came in with chainsaws, and as soon as they began trying to cut down the tree, the chainsaws malfunctioned. And it says they were getting into their trucks and were driving to get more chainsaws, and they had a fatal accident.
Is that real?
That's the legend.
It's the legend, Virginia.
Mm-hmm. And so they say that if you want to jinx somebody, you take a piece of the Devil Tree and you put it in their car, and they'll have an accident within the next 21 days.
I've been there a few times, and I'm still standing.
Did you take a piece of the tree?
Well, we definitely were on the tree. We examined the tree, photographed it, did a video that got maybe 11 or 13 views.
Okay.
So it did well.
It did well. It's the curse of the tree.
The curse of the tree.
It's
That's the reason we can't get views.
It kills your engagement.
It blocked my views, dang it.
Yeah.
Curse is still in effect.
They say if you want to visit the Devil Tree, you walk by the big river and don't take the Oak Trail. You then take the second left and you will reach the Devil's Tree right away, is what some people say. But I know there's a debate as to if you have the right tree or not. But that's
you're in a forest. Any chucklehead can go, oh, that's the tree.
And
there's the 20 trees.
Unless you have the coordinates to said tree.
There's no way you would get me near said tree.
We went there, and it is creepy because there's parts of it where it gets kind of dark while you're walking in there. There's so many trees. So it builds its own little atmosphere at times. It makes it dark.
Does.
He's trying to talk spooky to scare us.
Got a spooky voice on.
We hear what you're doing.
One of my favorite stories is the story about Robert the doll. Now, this goes all the way back to 1904 when a Bahamian servant girl gave 4-year-old Robert Jean Otto a handmade 4-foot-tall doll stuffed with wood wool and painted with a creepy-looking face. Now, the thing is, this actually might have been a trick. The doll may have had a voodoo curse put on it to get back at the boy's parents that the servants did not like.
Oh, damn.
And so Gene became obsessed with this doll, Robert. He made it his new best friend, and this thing traveled with him everywhere. And as he got older, he started to blame the doll for all sorts of mishaps.
He kept it when he was older?
Yeah, that was the creepy part of it. Even like when he got married and things like that, it became a real, he always insisted it would sit at the table and they would move the doll, take it upstairs. And then the parents would come back into the room and the doll would still be sitting at the table. They're like, I just took that doll upstairs. How'd I get back down here?
I'm not sure it's fair to judge adults who collect dolls.
The legend is that you would pass by the Mortello house there and you would see Robert moving around in the upper window. And now that they have Robert at the Fort East Mortello artist house, he's in a glass cage and you have to ask his permission to take his photo. If you don't, then apparently Robert the doll will put that voodoo curse on you. That's the legend. There's a whole bunch of papers they have where people have written apology notes to Robert to try to get the curse off of them after they took the photo without permission and things went bad in their life.
Oh.
So it's one of the better stories. There's a lot of really good documentaries on Robert the doll. And there's a lot that goes into it with other mishaps and whatnot.
But make sure your apology is authentic because a curse can turn quite worse.
That's right. Don't use ChatGPT on that one.
No, don't dial it in.
Yes, Robert the doll, he has that detector. He'll know when you're using ChatGPT.
Better be sincere.
Yes, you had.